Have you ever felt like you're carrying the weight of 1,000 eyes? Every step you take toward change, someone's watching, questioning, whispering, "Why bother?" or "You're not there yet, are you?" It's not just their words that sting, it's the subtle glance, the raised eyebrow, the silent doubt that creeps into your mind and makes you second-guess. You're not weak for feeling this. You're human. But there's a secret most people miss, a path that cuts through the noise and leads to a kind of strength no one can shake. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It's silent, steady, and unstoppable. This video isn't about making life perfect. It's about making you stronger. Strong enough to move forward without needing anyone's approval. Strong enough to let your progress speak louder than any explanation. This is Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that doesn't promise a life without storms but teaches you how to stand unshaken in their midst. Stoicism isn't about shutting off your emotions. It's about directing your energy where it matters, into action, not reaction. It's about choosing discipline over distraction, clarity over chaos. If you stay with me until the end, you'll uncover how to walk a path so quiet, yet so powerful, that your growth becomes impossible to ignore. Let's begin. 1. Growth thrives in silence. Forget everything you've been told about self-improvement. Most of what you see out there isn't growth, it's a show. You know it deep down. The perfectly curated morning routines on social media, the motivational quotes over sunrise time-lapses, the before and after posts that scream for attention. That's not transformation. That's theater. Real growth doesn't need a stage. It doesn't need a filter or a hashtag. It's not sexy. It's not photogenic. It's gritty, repetitive, and often invisible. Real growth is choosing water over soda when no one's around. It's waking up at 5 a.m. to study, even when your body begs for sleep. It's saying no to a night out because you're committed to your goal, and not telling a soul why. It's like planting a seed in the dark. You don't see the sprout right away, but every choice you make is a root digging deeper, building a foundation no storm can uproot. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. You don't need to broadcast your journey. You don't need to explain why you're changing. Your power lies in living your philosophy, not preaching it. But here's the trap: sharing feels good. It feels like accountability, like inspiration. But be honest, how often do you share to feel validated? To hear, "Wow, you're doing great." That's not growth. That's a performance, and it's a dangerous one. Let me tell you about Sarah, a 29-year-old graphic designer from Seattle. She was stuck, overworked, unhealthy, and scrolling through social media, comparing herself to others. She decided to change, but unlike her past attempts with loud fitness challenges and public promises, this time she went quiet. No one knew she started running at dawn. No one saw her swap fast food for home-cooked meals. No one heard about the nights she stayed up learning new design software. For a year, she worked in silence. When she showed up at a friend's wedding, 30 pounds lighter, sharper, and radiating confidence, people didn't ask, "What's your secret?" They just said, "Sarah's different now." That's the kind of change that doesn't need a caption. It's undeniable. Try this. Pick one area of your life you want to improve. Maybe it's your health, your skills, or your mindset. For the next 30 days, work on it without telling anyone. No posts, no stories, no "I'm trying to be better" conversations. Just you and your effort. In that silence, you'll build something sacred, a space where your growth belongs to you, not an audience. Ask yourself, if no one knew I was trying, would I still do it? If the answer is no, who are you really doing this for? Silence isn't just the absence of noise. It's the presence of focus. It's where you meet the raw truth of who you are and who you're becoming. But as you start to grow, a new challenge will emerge, not from critics, but from admirers. Praise can be as dangerous as doubt. Let's talk about why. 2. Praise is a quiet trap. There's a kind of sabotage that doesn't feel like sabotage. It's not harsh. It's not loud. It's a gentle pat on the back, a "you're killing it" comment, a flurry of likes on your latest post. Praise feels like fuel, but it's often a trap. It tricks you into thinking you've arrived when you're still miles from your destination. In a world where posting about your 6 a.m. workout gets you applause, it's easy to mistake attention for achievement. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic, wrote, "Do everything as if it were the last thing you were doing in your life, and stop being aimless, stop letting your emotions override what your mind tells you." When you chase praise, you tie your worth to others' opinions. You start working for their approval, not your purpose. And when the applause fades, as it always does, what's left? A hollow feeling, a loss of direction, because you built your progress on someone else's cheers. Science backs this up. Praise triggers dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. It feels amazing, but it's deceptive. Your brain doesn't care if the praise is for a real milestone or a fleeting moment. It just wants more. So, you post again, share again, seek again. Before you know it, you're not growing, you're performing. You're not building a house, you're showing off the blueprints. Let's meet James, a 42-year-old teacher who decided to learn coding. He started strong, studying every night after his kids went to bed. 3 months in, he shared a simple app he built in an online forum. The comments flooded in, "This is awesome. You're a natural." It felt good, too good. He started checking the forum daily, chasing more feedback. His study time shrank. He spent hours tweaking his app for likes, not learning. A month later, he stalled. The praise had hooked him, but it didn't teach him. He went back to basics, deleted his posts, and made a rule: no sharing until he landed a coding job. 18 months later, he did. The job offer wasn't as loud as the likes, but it was real. Here's a habit to try: start a private progress journal. Every night, write down one thing you did well, no matter how small. Maybe you resisted a craving, finished a task, or stayed calm in a tough moment. Don't share it. Don't post it. Keep it for you. This anchors your motivation to your actions, not others' reactions. When someone praises you, don't let it sink in too deep. Ask yourself, does this help me improve? If not, nod, smile, and keep moving. Praise isn't your enemy, but it's not your friend either. It's a distraction. The real work happens when no one's watching, when you're not tempted to pause for applause. But even as you learn to dodge praise, another hurdle awaits: your own mistakes. They're coming, and they'll test you. The good news: silence is your best tool for fixing them. 3. Fix your flaws in the shadows. The world loves a comeback story, but it rarely respects the process. People want the highlight reel, the triumphant, "I did it" moment, not the messy, unglamorous work of correcting mistakes. That's why the Stoics prized silence. They knew self-correction isn't a performance. It's a private act, like mending a torn shirt in a quiet room. No one needs to see the needle and thread. They'll notice when the shirt fits better. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid with regard to external things." Growth means embracing your flaws, not hiding them, but you don't owe anyone a front-row seat to your struggles. When you broadcast your mistakes, you invite judgment, not help. And judgment clouds your focus. It turns your effort into a defense, not a solution. Imagine you're learning to play the piano. Your fingers stumble, the notes clash, and the rhythm's off. Now picture practicing in a room full of people commenting on every wrong note. That sounded awful. Maybe piano's not for you. Would you keep playing? Most wouldn't. It's not the mistakes that stop us, it's the fear of being seen making them. Silence gives you a safe space to fumble, adjust, and improve without an audience. Consider Aisha, a 34-year-old marketing manager in Dubai. After a failed startup, her colleagues labeled her overambitious and naive. She could have argued, posted a long defense online, or quit. Instead, she went silent. She spent a year studying her mistakes, every bad decision, every missed opportunity. No one knew she was taking online courses, analyzing data, and rebuilding her strategy. When she launched her next venture, it grew steadily, earning quiet respect. When asked how she bounced back, she said, "I stopped explaining and started listening to what went wrong." Here's a simple tool: every morning, before you touch your phone, write down 2 questions. What did I mess up yesterday, and how can I fix it today? Don't share the answers. Just act on them. This habit turns mistakes into stepping stones, not anchors. It's not about perfection, it's about progress, and progress needs room to breathe. Silence doesn't mean you're hiding. It means you're serious. It means you're giving your growth the space it needs to take root. But as you grow, you'll face a new kind of pressure, not from praise or mistakes, but from the world's expectations. That's where the next lesson comes in. 4. Shield your vision from noise. There's a truth we rarely admit: the more you share your dreams, the harder it is to protect them. Not because people are cruel, but because they're human. Every time you talk about your goals, you open the door to opinions, advice, and doubts. Some are well-meaning. Some are careless. All of them are noise. And noise can drown out the quiet voice of your purpose. Imagine you're painting a picture. Every stroke is yours, every color a piece of your vision. But every day, someone stops by and says, "Why not add more blue?" or "That shape doesn't work." Slowly, your painting starts to look like their idea, not yours. Your growth is the same. The more you expose it, the more it risks bending to someone else's frame. Seneca, another Stoic, wrote, "If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable." Your vision is your port. Silence is your compass. It keeps you focused on your destination, not the gusts of others' opinions. Feedback can be valuable, but only from those who understand your journey and are invited to guide it. Most comments you'll get aren't wisdom, they're interference. Take Leo, a 27-year-old aspiring writer in Melbourne. He started a novel, pouring his heart into every chapter. Excited, he shared an early draft with a writing group. The feedback was brutal, the pacing's off. Your characters feel flat. He stopped writing for weeks, doubting his talent. Then he made a choice. He stopped sharing. For 6 months, he wrote alone, refining his story in silence. When he finally published, it wasn't perfect, but it was his. Readers loved its authenticity. Leo learned that protecting his work meant protecting his focus. Try this for a week. If you have a goal, a new habit, a project, a dream, keep it to yourself. Write it down, track your steps, but don't announce it. Notice how it feels to work without seeking validation. You'll find a clarity that's hard to describe, a strength that grows when no one's watching. Your vision doesn't need applause to be real. It just needs you. 5. Let your roots grow deep. Growth is fragile when it's new. A seedling can't survive a storm, but a tree with deep roots can. That's why timing matters. Share your progress too early, and you risk exposing it to winds it's not ready to withstand. The Stoics understood this. They didn't announce their intentions. They built their strength in private, letting their actions speak when the time was right. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." The doing comes first, and it's quiet. It's the unseen hours of practice, the small choices no one notices, the discipline that builds momentum. When you share too soon, you invite scrutiny, doubt, and pressure that can uproot your progress before it's strong enough to stand. Think of Maria, a 38-year-old nurse who wanted to become a yoga instructor. She started practicing daily, studying anatomy, and saving for certification. She could have posted about her journey, but she didn't. For 2 years, she worked in silence. When she finally taught her first class, her students didn't care about her process. They felt her confidence, her skill, her presence. Her roots were deep, and no one could shake her. For the next 100 days, make a pact: no announcements, no updates, just work. Keep a private log of your efforts, but don't show it. This isn't about secrecy, it's about strength. You're teaching yourself that your progress doesn't need an audience to be valid. And when your roots are deep, no storm, not doubt, not criticism, not failure, can pull you down. 6. Silence preserves your core. The world has a way of reshaping you without you noticing. It's not always a push, it's a pull. A friend's casual, "You've changed," or a colleague's, "Why are you so serious now?" These moments plant a seed of doubt. You wonder if you're drifting too far from the crowd. You start adjusting, softening your edges to fit in. That's how you lose yourself, not in a single moment, but in 1,000 small compromises. Stoicism teaches you to guard your core. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Your identity isn't what others think of you. It's what you choose to be. Silence protects that choice. It lets you grow without the pressure to explain or conform. Meet Daniel, a 31-year-old accountant who dreamed of becoming a photographer. His family called it a hobby, his friends called it a risk. He could have argued, but he didn't. For 3 years, he shot photos at dawn, studied light, and built a portfolio in silence. When he quit his job to go full-time, no one laughed. His work spoke for him. Daniel didn't just preserve his dream, he preserved himself. If you're starting to feel the pull of conformity, try this: for 1 month, stop explaining your choices. When someone questions your path, just say, "I'm working on something." Then keep going. Silence isn't isolation, it's liberation. It's the space where you hear your own voice, not the crowd's. 7. Quiet progress defeats resistance. Growth doesn't just challenge you, it challenges those around you. Your change can feel like a mirror, reflecting what others haven't done. They don't always mean to resist, but they do. A friend invites you to skip your workout. A parent says, "Don't push yourself too hard." These aren't attacks, they're gravity, pulling you back to the familiar. The Stoics knew this. They didn't argue with resistance. They sidestepped it. Seneca said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, it is because we do not dare that things are difficult." Silence is your way of daring. It lets you move forward without wasting energy on battles that don't matter. Look at Priya, a 25-year-old student who wanted to start a podcast. Her roommates teased her, saying, "No one's going to listen." She could have fought back, but she didn't. She recorded episodes in her closet, edited late at night, and launched without telling anyone. 6 months later, her podcast had 10,000 downloads. Her roommates stopped teasing. Priya didn't win by arguing, she won by doing. When resistance comes, don't engage. Don't explain. Just keep moving. For the next week, notice who or what pulls you back. Write it down, but don't confront it. Let your progress be your response. Silence doesn't just shield you, it disarms the world's resistance. 8. Your results are your voice. Doubt is loud. It comes in smirks, in "Are you sure?" questions, in the silence of those who don't believe in you. Your instinct is to fight back, to prove you're right. But the Stoics knew better. The best reply isn't words, it's results. Quiet, undeniable results that no one can question. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Don't tell people you're changing. Show them. Don't defend your path. Walk it. When you focus on results, you stop needing to be understood. You just need to be. Take Ahmed, a 40-year-old mechanic who dreamed of opening his own shop. His brothers called it a pipe dream. His wife worried about money. He didn't argue. He saved every penny, studied business at night, and worked on his plan in silence. 2 years later, his shop opened. His brothers stopped doubting. His wife smiled. Ahmed didn't need to say, "I told you so." His shop said it for him. Right now, you might feel the urge to prove yourself. Let it go. For the next 30 days, channel that energy into action. Don't talk about your goals, just work on them. When someone doubts you, smile and say, "I'm doing my thing." Your results will speak louder than any argument. Closing, the power of the silent path. We've walked through 8 lessons, each a stepping stone on a quiet, powerful journey. You've learned to grow without applause, to dodge the trap of praise, to fix your flaws in private, to shield your vision, to deepen your roots, to preserve your core, to defeat resistance, and to let your results be your voice. In a world obsessed with noise, you've chosen silence, not as weakness, but as strength. Your progress doesn't need a spotlight. It doesn't need likes or comments. It needs you, steady, focused, unshaken. That's the Stoic way. That's the path to unbreakable strength. If this resonates, leave a like. It's a quiet way of saying, "I'm on this path, too." No need for fanfare, just a nod to keep going. If you're walking your own silent journey, comment, "I'm moving forward." Thank you for being here. Keep walking, and I'll see you in the next video.